got a 1988 MK3 Toyota Supra. When I bought this car was faded, it was bland. I bought it from the original owner, Mr. Paul. I was looking for this car for at least 3 or 4 years, maybe more. Because back in the days, like, this was part of my era coming up, this Supra, the 80s and 90s era. So I always wanted a Supra. And one of the reasons why I always wanted a Supra, because I always loved foreign cars. I only bought Toyota Hondas. Those were my main cars that I ever bought. You know what I mean? Anything made by Honda or Toyota, that was my go-to. So finally one day, I met a guy, Mr. Paul, older guy. He had the car since birth, you know what I mean? And me and him, we chatted, man, we talked for hours. And he said, look, Anthony, when I'm ready to get rid of this car, it's yours. Truth be told, the man kept his word. He called me, and look, it took me 3 to 4 years to find the car, another 3 years or more to build it. So I redid the motor, I put everything back like OEM, you know what I mean? Except the exhaust. The exhaust is titanium, which it'll never rust, right? But I had to wait 8 months for the turbo. That was the longest wait. I machined the heads, took the whole car apart. It only had 69,000 miles on it. Whatever you can think of, I changed it all. You know what I'm saying?
It's a brand new car.
Yeah, because I know that eventually we're gonna have to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you be driving far too.
Yeah, I'm the type of person I love to get in my cars and drive anywhere.
You said stick shift turbo?
Stick shift turbo. You can't find too many of them.
You been driving a stick shift? Mostly like?
13 years old.
Since you was 13?
Since I was 13 years old. Mind you, I grew up in New York. So, you know, our era, man, you know, you couldn't drive if you couldn't drive a stick. So, how I learned how to drive a stick, my brother took my aunt XJ, it was an XJR Subaru. She had an 87 Subaru, red, I'll never forget it. Cool, right? Car set up high. So one day my brother took my, my aunt's Subaru. Of course we used to be at our aunt's house all the time because that was the go-to house. That was the money-making house. So my brother came and got me, and me and a couple of my day ones, and said, come on, you wanna learn how to drive a stick now? This is your time, right now. So my brother took me around the way where I grew up at, and which was Antlive, New York, you know what I'm saying? And my brother said, he told me, once you get out of first gear, the rest of the gears is nothing. 5 minutes later, I was driving that stick. I didn't want to get out the car. I didn't want to get out the car because it gives you a different feeling, man. It's almost like riding a motorcycle. When you get that motorcycle, you get that little drilling, that rush. Man, when you get the stick, man, and you drive the stick, and it seems like it just goes faster and faster every time you switch to another gear. You know what I'm saying? So once I learned it, and ever since then, I always wanted to drive a stick. You know what I mean? Yes. All I buy is Toyota Lexus. That's all I buy.
My man.
That's all I buy.
That Toyota should last forever.
Ever. From my opinion, it turned out pretty nice. And then I just topped it off with the BBS, with the staggered look. because it's got the bubble back. You know what I mean? I only lowered it by the inch and a half. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want no crazy ride to it. But it rides beautiful. Runs like a baby. I can get it, turn it, start up anytime. Runs at the top. So here we are today, 2023. Car's done. I love it. And it's one of my dream cars. I put it together, I got it, and landed during the 50 years of hip hop. This was one of the dream cars in the 80s and 90s when hip hop started.
As far as the BBS Boys, how do y'all come together like that?
Well, we came together as one day it was a hobby. Turned out as a hobby. And we all just started cruising together. The next thing you know, it went from 1 to 5 to 10 to now, it's probably about 20 or 30 of us or more. And we came together and we did it for the culture. You know what I mean? For real, it's a lot of people that they don't have anything to do. And in today's era, us coming up the way we did, we just trying to bring everybody back together. Because for me, it's therapy. I love getting in the car, driving, and there's other people who has the same mindset as me. So guess what? You feel good when you put something together, you build it, and you like it, you love it, and then you got other people that ride with you and they do the same thing. Oh man, you know, you got so many people that have a passion for it. Me, I have a passion for it. I love it. So at the end of the day, when you ready to ride out, all you gotta do is make a phone call, or you get on the website, on IG or whatever, and you just hit, say, listen, we ride out at such and such time, we all get on the road. We can either be going to Virginia, or we can be going to Delaware, or Philly, or New Jersey, or New York. We get on the road and we get to it. Because that's our thing. We love it.